The fourth target is Major Xander. Displaying a large number of anger management issues, she has been torturing and interrogating civilians throughout Washington, D.C. Though it is unclear what she is searching for, she can't be allowed to continue this inquisition. Amanda Xander only wanted one thing in life, the opportunity to become a police officer. It's all that she had ever really dreamed of, the desire to uphold the law and an eagerness to bring justice and order to the people. She possessed a high level of dedication and skill in her work in the narcotics sector, and nothing felt better to her than identifying a potential target and hunting them down. Yet police work wasn't all that she'd thought it would crack up to be, as most of the time it was a waiting game filled with endless paperwork and copious amounts of cream-filled donuts. She knew she had to find other means of entertainment to make up for her lackluster career, so she joined a competitive shooting league. Yet Xander was still not content with her situation. She could be a dangerous person at the best of times, and especially when she was bored. She knew it, her family knew it, and recently, due to the use of excessive force on a perpetrator, now her superiors knew it too. Unsurprisingly, as a result, she was sanctioned. She was annoyed at herself, and she knew she had to get back on track and channel her impulsiveness into something else. There was still so much glory out there for her to grasp, and she knew that alarming her superiors so early on in her career was not the way she was going to get it. In order to help her direct her energy into something more constructive, her commanding officer recommended that she sign up for the National Guard. The hope was that the intense training schedule, strict rules, and very little downtime would help curb her impulsive and trigger-finger nature. However, a month later, the devastating green poison was delivered onto the unsuspecting shoppers of New York City on Black Friday, and from then on, everything for Xander would change. She, along with a number of other personnel, were placed on active duty with the JTF, and it was here that a man by the name of Antoine Ridgway would become her commanding officer. Here in this environment, Xander's psychopathic traits of antisocial behavior, lack of empathy, disregard for others, and narcissism thrived. Her callousness was praised, her impulsivity was considered charming, and her notable lack of guilt was an asset. Xander had finally found her place in the world, working for the future leader of the True Sons. During the events of the Barton Schaefer manhunt, Xander, like many other True Sons, blamed Schaefer for the loss of Dusk.
If I ever see you again, I will fucking kill you, Schaefer. That's a promise.
I understand why you're angry, but we need to put a pin in this and focus on our common enemy.
Agent Lau. I fucking hate that chick. I don't trust her. She's been on my list for a while.
Not Lau. She's not the enemy.
She turned you into her bitch boy. You should hate her.
She has her reasons. This channel's not secure, but you should really talk to Lau.
Fuck that. I'm not letting her get into my head.
Schaefer has been discussing what's happening behind the scenes with Faye for a while now, and he appears to be on board. He now seems to be trying to reach out to others to help in this fight against the true enemy, though Xander's stubbornness will require a different approach.
What do you want, Douglas?
Just a friendly chat.
This about your girlfriend?
Who?
Lau?
Is that what this is about? You hate Lau because you think we're together?
No. I hate Lau because that bitch got half of my squad killed in New York when the reservists were called up to maintain the quarantine.
Oh. Well, good. I'd hate to think you were still pissed about how things ended with us.
Doesn't help that you're sleeping with a traitor.
Okay. She's not a traitor. She's a good woman. She's been through a lot. We all have. Just give her a chance. Meet with her, and you'll see we can help each other. There's something bigger happening.
You two getting married?
Would it matter if we were?
Damn, okay, Douglas. You need me to go rescue your pappy from the White House. You gonna finally reconcile so he can walk you down the aisle? Is that the secret mission?
Xander, focus. We need to work together if we're going to stop what's coming.
Okay, fine. set it up. I'll meet with Lau.
Bridget Douglas, aka Viper, would later be a part of Fei Lau's team in the following manhunt. Viper was the only child of Charles Douglas, the co-founder of the Douglas and Harding Military Equipment Company, though they weren't particularly close, and after the outbreak, Charles now resides in the White House, acting as the range officer. Viper was an unactivated SHD agent, who instead ended up joining the Black Tusk, where she would later meet Agent Lau. Xander and Viper, having previously been in a relationship, opened up communications between Faye, Schaefer, and the True Sons, where they appear to be recruiting for a future operation. As a side note, I really must bring up the relationship between Faye and Viper. Although this isn't of any particular significance towards the story, other than linking all of these characters together, it's more that I've been getting a hard time at home from my wife, because she absolutely called it way back when the Fei Lau manhunt was going on. But I didn't agree or include it in the video. I need to remember, the wife is always right. So, yeah, my bad. Regardless, this recruiting attempt would end up being unsuccessful. Xander would inform General Anderson, who would then get in contact with Natalia Sokolova. But as we now know, Faye is out there working under her own agenda, so Natalia has no idea what he's talking about.
Natalia, I thought we had an understanding.
I understand you no longer wish to work with us, and our fragile truce is broken. I do wish you would reconsider my kind offer.
And I wish you would reconsider trying to recruit my men to whatever clandestine bullshit you and Lau are cooking up.
I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh, don't play dumb. It's not convincing on you.
If Lau is reaching out to your True Sons, it is not on my orders. That's on her own volition. Or maybe it's your True Sons that are reaching out to her.
My troops are loyal.
Who did she allegedly reach out to?
Major Xander.
Oh. Well, this is probably a personal matter more than professional.
Have you seen the state of the world? No one has time for personal matters.
Well, women like Amanda find a way to make the time. You don't have to worry. No one is trying to take her from you. She frankly would not be a good fit for the Black Tusk, even if she wasn't trying to cast herself as the victim of a love triangle.
Just stay away from my troops.
Certainly, General. Have a good day. And don't hesitate to call again if you need anything. Good luck managing Xander. Douglas says she can be a bit unstable.
A little while later, after Barden Schaefer was captured by the division and Fei Lau was killed at Camp White Oak, Major Xander was sent into Washington, D.C. with a team of True Sons. However, after reports of her harsh treatment of local civilians started flooding in, the division was sent out to put a stop to her plans. On the eastern side of D.C., they would catch up with Xander in the Judiciary Square district. After taking out a number of outposts being held by the True Sons, agents would find her hunkered down in the District Union arena. And while they would have loved to be able to find out what Xander was searching for, there was no chance that she would allow herself to be taken alive. So piece by piece, her True Son soldiers would be taken apart, and in her final stand, she too would be quickly taken down by the agents. Another target with relatively light information, but it does somewhat confirm a few of the suspicions around the direction Schaefer has been headed, and from quite early on, though I like how a lot of the previous characters are now being linked together. However, the true information we've been gaining from this season has been through Faye's insurance policy comms, of which I'll be talking about a little later on. I have a system and a process in place for these videos, and they can take me a little while to make, so I apologise for the wait, but I should have the Captain Lewis one out in a couple of days, and from there, I can get stuck into the really interesting stuff. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Once again, a special thanks to my YouTube and Patreon members. But I'll catch you soon in the next one. Cheers!